जो लोग एक्चुअली वर्क कर रहे हैं फॉर रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए, क्लोजिंग के लिए। तो अगर आप रिक्रूटमेंट के लिए वर्क नहीं कर रहे, क्लोजिंग के लिए वर्क नहीं कर रहे हो, मैं आपको बोलूंगा आपका 1-1.5 घंटा वेस्ट करने वाले हो। ओके, सो ओनली दोज पीपल दोज आर एक्चुअली वर्किंग फॉर द रिक्रूटमेंट बी हियर इन द कॉल। ओके, जस्ट बिकॉज डेविड सर बात करें इसके लिए बैठने की जरूरत नहीं। सेकेंडली, ओके, यू ऑल आर सुपरवाइजर एंड वर्ल्ड टीम, सो मेक श्योर कीजिए कि व्हेन डेविड सर इज टॉकिंग your camera should be on. Actually, this is for every speaker, but if you are not able to respect the speaker, then वैसे भी आपको ट्रेनिंग में कुछ होने वाला है। And I have small suggestion to tap team members, जितने tap team member take care of your team, अगर आपको दिख रहे कि आपके टीम मेंबर अगर उनका वीडियो ऑफ है, you call them and inform them, leave the meeting, okay, because I don't want. Third, make sure कीजिए you focus in the meeting, okay, नॉट बिजी ऑन द मोबाइल। ओके, मेक श्योर करेंगे सब लोग फोकस करेंगे मीटिंग के ऊपर, बिकॉज बहुत सारे पॉइंटर्स मिलने वाले हैं ओके आज के सेशन में। एंड वी नो दैट लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स द वे कंपनी इज प्रमोटिंग अबाउट रिक्रूटमेंट द वर्ल्ड वाइड, नॉट जस्ट की हर्बल इंडिया में बट वर्ल्ड वाइड, जिस तरह से रिक्रूटमेंट प्रमोट कर रही है एंड द वे थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग अराउंड द वर्ल्ड। ओके, वी आर लकी दैट वी हैव समबडी वेरी 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 स्पेशल पर्सन, द एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन, ओके, जिनको एग्जैक्टली पता है कि किस तरह से रिक्रूटमेंट का एडवांटेज लेके हम लोग हमारे बिजनेस को एक्सपोनेंशियली ग्रो कर सकते हैं। ओके, एंड वी आर ब्लेस्ड, वी आर लकी टू हैव सच अमेजिंग लीडर विद अस, जिनको एक्सपीरियंस है अबाउट रिक्रूटमेंट, एंड उस एक्सपीरियंस की वजह से इन्होंने वर्ल्ड वाइड उनकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को एक्सपांड कर चुके हैं। एंड टुडे ही इज हियर, ओके, वर्किंग विथ अस, ओके, एंड ही इज गोइंग टू शो अस कि एग्जैक्टली यही सिस्टम को इस्तेमाल करके इसी वाव में, इसी डब्ल्यू से में वर्क करके किस तरह से हम हमारे रिक्रूटमेंट के नंबर इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, क्लोजिंग कर सकते हैं। बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो इन बिटवीन पूछते रहते हैं कि सर हम लोग लोगों को इनवाइट करते हैं लेकिन कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रहे एनीथिंग। आपके बहुत सारे सवालों के आंसर आज के सेशन में मिलने वाले, इफ यू आर अलर्ट एंड इफ यू आर फोकस। ओके, सो I'm sure every one of you are ready with the pen and paper, okay, notebook and pen, and I can still see there are a lot of people जिनकी वीडियो ऑफ है, तो टैप टीम्स kindly take care. Okay, so without wasting much of his time, let me invite our very 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 special trainer for the day, okay, our 15K international executive president team member, next 20K next chairman club member, one and only Mr. David Solomon.
Great, thank you so much, Sumit. So good evening, everyone. First of all, I was just listening to Sumit, what he was saying. If you're not someone who is working for recruiting, then this is not for you. I mean, I would not understand why would someone not work for recruiting. I mean, the whole magic of the Herbalife marketing plan is recruiting. I mean, recruiting is for lazy people and for hardworking people. If you're lazy, you want to recruit, so you get paid on other people's work. If you're hardworking, you want to recruit because you can recruit and double and multiply your incomes, not only on your work. Why would not everyone recruit? The whole magic of the marketing plan is recruiting. The other day, I was sitting with Amol and we were talking about when we joined the business. I would have joined the business even if this business was selling table and chairs. I still would have joined. I did not join because this was Herbalife Nutrition. I had no idea what is nutrition and the products. I joined because the marketing plan allowed me to leverage. So no limits, no more limits. I will not be paid according to how many hours I work. I will not be paid only according to how much I can personally work. I can get paid on other people's effort, on other people's success, unlimited, for the rest of my life, for the next generation. And all this happens from recruiting. So why wouldn't a supervisor work on recruiting? This I cannot understand. You already joined Herbalife. You're already a supervisor and above. You're already part of an amazing system, and you're not working for recruiting. It's like giving you the lottery winning numbers and you don't send the form. Exactly the same. Like someone tells you, listen, next week there's a lottery and you're going to win 1 crore, 100%. Here are the numbers. Just fill the form and send the form. You get the form, you fill the numbers, you don't send. That's exactly what you do when you don't recruit in Herbalife. Exactly the same. Yes, you can make money in retail. Yes, you can build a strong customer base. Yes, you can recruit through your customers. I understand that. But the concept of recruiting has to be your main target, your main goal, why you wake up in the morning to this business. So I'm just trying to clarify. I'm trying to understand, not making you understand. I'm trying to understand why would a supervisor and above not work every day on recruiting new first line? Because that's where the magic is, right? Again, if you're someone lazy, recruiting is for you. If you're someone who's not lazy, you're hardworking, recruiting is even more for you. You can do so much better. I'm a lazy person. I'm a lazy guy. I joined Herbalife to be lazy. I'm being very direct and very honest. I did not join Herbalife to work hard. I joined Herbalife because the system was smart. I was not. Many people, they are very smart when they join Herbalife, and they don't take advantage of the smart system. And that's why they stay stuck. They don't grow in the business. I was not smart when I joined Herbalife, but I saw a smart system. So I was willing to work hard for some time so I don't have to work hard for the rest of my life, because the system will work hard for me if I just do enough. So, whatever concepts you guys have in your brain about recruiting, you have to modify, some of you. You have to change it. You have to focus. If you're a full-timer, even a part-timer, you don't have to be a full-timer. You're a part-timer in Herbalife. Your main goal is never to recruit less than 5 first line a month. Never. Any month. I don't care if you're a supervisor or a president. It should be the minimum goal if you're building a business and you want to grow. Right? So have that in your mind, guys, before I go into the topic about how to close. Because to teach you how to close, if there is no opening at all, what will help you to close? If you're not even thinking about starting recruiting or doing activities for recruiting, I'll teach you to close. Close what? You understand? So first of all, be open-minded about recruiting and understand that this marketing plan, the opportunity of Herbalife, does not exist without recruiting. You want to call it any name you want to. I recruit only from customer base. I recruit, no problem. You recruit from your customer base, but I'm talking recruiting for business. I'm not talking about conversion, converting a PC to associate. That's not recruiting. That's not recruiting. That is not recruiting an associate. You're just converting a discount customer to an associate, maybe to benefit them in some other way. But that's not recruiting a customer that says, I want to do business. That's recruiting. You have to start thinking like that. Otherwise, you are not going to grow in this business. You're not going to benefit from the marketing plan. Okay? So that was something that I just added, which I'm going to take more time at the end because of this now. Okay, so let's start. So the first thing I want you guys to write and understand that in recruiting, when we get guests to a meeting, you write this down. Majority are not going to join Herbalife. You first need to understand how it works. Majority are not going to join. And it's not majority don't join Herbalife because of Herbalife. It's because majority don't have desire to succeed. Herbalife is not the only opportunity on the planet, guys. You know that, right? There are many ways to earn great incomes in life. Many ways. Herbalife might be the best, might be the fastest, the most convenient one, the most honest one, but we are not the only one. There are many ways to make money on this planet. But the ratio, the numbers, the percentage of people who become successful or work for success, and the amount of people that work to survive will never change. It's always going to be 95%, 5%. It's never going to change. The good news, people from the 95% can work towards the 5%. Unfortunately, sometimes people from the 5% go back to the 95%. But the numbers will never change. We cannot change people. So when you invite people to a wow presentation, the wow presentation doesn't change the person. A person that doesn't have a desire to succeed, doesn't have any willingness to work and learn something new, and is not ambitious and doesn't have goals, the wow is not going to change them. A 45-minute, 1-hour presentation doesn't change a mindset, a philosophy of a human being. Right? With all due respect to our wows are amazing, but they're very basic. We don't have the philosophers and psychologists and psychiatrists that work on the guest's brain. We just saw before and after, a few facts about the company last month. Are you in or are you out? That's a presentation. To be able to recruit people like that, the person already has to come with some desire, has to come with some want, has to come with a bit of dissatisfaction in life. Right? The wow presentation doesn't change someone from saying, no, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in this, I want only job. Now they come to a wow, whoa, I have completely changed. That doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. Okay? So the first thing we all need to understand as supervisors and above is that majority of our guests are not going to join. Not because it's Herbalife, not because it's network marketing, not because it's nutrition. It's because that's how humans are. Human beings are like that. On this planet, majority work for survival. Why is it like that? I have no idea. Everyone wants more money, but a very small percentage are willing to do something extra for it. because it's not easy. It might be simple in Herbalife, but it's not easy. Because when you do a job, it's 9 to 5, and that's the only time you have to give focus for that income, 9 to 5. When you're in business, it's 24/7. We eat, sleep, drink, everything is the business. That's an entrepreneur, right? We have odd timing trainings, meetings in odd timings. I mean, 9 o'clock, we have a meeting suddenly. I mean, people at 9 o'clock have Zopa. And we suddenly say, come on, meeting, 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, sometimes till 11. People are thinking, what the hell? 11 o'clock online business meeting, right? Because entrepreneurs don't have this timing thing that a normal employee has, the way they were educated, the way we were educated before we joined Herbalife. Not many people are willing to do this. That is why the percentage of people who become successful in life, not only in Herbalife, is always going to be smaller than the amount of people who struggle in life. That's never going to change. So we have to understand, when we invite people, majority are not going to join. So what does that teach us? What does that teach us? It teaches us that we can't have one guest in a while. If you want to grow in this business, numbers have to be the right numbers. So let's start with the next point. Write this down, 10%. 10% is something I learned from our founder, Mark Hughes. Everything in Herbalife is about 10%. Sometimes I see before a wow presentation, some of you write down how many guests you're going to have in the presentation, in the wow. And I know sometimes it's misunderstood, because some of you write how many people confirmed. Some of you write the number, but the number is how many people you invited, right? And some of you write how many numbers you're going to actually have in the wow. So you need to understand, it's very difficult before a wow to estimate exactly how many guests you're going to have. You can know exactly how many people you're invited, but remember this: whatever number of people you invited to the wow, always assume 10% will attend. Always. Sometimes you will have luck, and you invited 11 people and 4 people are in the meeting. Wow. But even if you had 4, you can't change what you usually assume, because most of the time, 99.9%, it will be around 10%. So if you're doing activities, sometimes I hear people, today I completed my 500 flyers. That's not going to help you grow in this business. Because we learned in Herbalife in 45 years, because of how it works, how the leaflets work, it's 1,000. You can't give less than 1,000 a day. I did that. You can't do something else, but you can't do 600. You can't do 500 flyers. It doesn't work. You're going to be disappointed. You're not going to have guests. And even if you have, you'll have 1. So you're not playing the numbers. Do you understand, guys? So we have to start from that. Again, I'm just giving a bit of background before we reach the closing, because I wanted to have people to close. You understand? So it doesn't start just with activity. It starts with our mindset. How are we thinking about the wow? So you have to understand 10%. So when you start any activities, whatever you're going to do, you have to have the numbers in front of you. Now, if you're a new supervisor, you don't have the experience yet. That is why you have your sponsors, who are a bit longer time in the business, more experienced, they've made more mistakes than you. They can correct you on the numbers. If you decide to start some activity, for example, talking to your circle of influence, it's also an activity. But how many people per day do you need to speak to from your circle of influence? You need to ask your sponsors. Because you can't speak to one kaka and one kaki and expect you're going to build a business. That's not going to work. Just like doing the flyers, or doing social media ads, or doing social media messages, even talking to circle of influence has to be written down. That means today I'm going to speak to 10 people from my circle of influence, my neighbor, my housekeeper, my whatever it is. You write the names down just like a normal business. It can't be by the way business. It doesn't matter part-time or full-time. Your activities have to be measured. You have to measure what you do. If you don't measure what you do, you will always be disappointed. Always. You will always be frustrated. I'm not getting guests. My guests left in the middle. You know whose guests leave meetings? Only people who have guests. You understand? My guest left. Great. Wow, you had a guest to leave. Most people don't even have guests to leave. They didn't even come. Yours at least came and left. You're on the way. The only thing you need to do is to increase the numbers, so when someone leaves, it doesn't affect you that much because you still have 6 more in the meeting. Do you understand? But when you have only one guest, then the world comes crashing down, because the only guest I got, after convincing them for 3 days, talking to them every night and reminding them, and they came, and after 10 minutes they left because something happened, whatever, the internet, whatever stories people give, right? So numbers, guys, numbers has to be, this is part of our profession. Numbers game. Everything is about numbers. It's not about how good you are on the phone, how you have a beautiful smile, you don't have a beautiful, it makes no difference. It's all about numbers. So you need to know whatever you decide to do in the business, whatever tools you're already using. Some of you are already using tools. Some of you are already doing maybe some ads. You're doing some, social media work. You're giving leaflets. You're doing talk to people. That's all good. But the question is it measurable? If I ask you, Kitna, can you give me an exact number? Now, not today, every day that you do activities. Because you can't do once 100, next day you do 500, the other day you miss, then you do 300. No, that's not serious business, right? I don't want you to be disappointed. I want you to be excited about this business. To be excited about the business, you need to get results. To get results, you have to do the right numbers. Do you understand? Now I'm telling you again, it's not easy. It's hard work. We have to work hard. You have to always ask yourself, if you're a full-timer, how many hours do you spend inside the house and how many hours in a day you spend outside? Ask yourself the question. You will get many answers why your business is not moving like it's supposed to. Very simple. Don't tell me you're working on social media. The goal here is not to work on something or to choose a DMO. The goal is to have guests in the presentation. Do you understand? The goal is to have guests. What is the fastest way to get invitations? Talk to people, direct approach, flyers, whatever you do, circle of influence. That's the fun. You can add social media, of course, but that can't be your main goal, your main DMO. That can't be your main tool. Because if that's the main tool, you're helping yourself get lazy. You're in the comfort of your home. You're close to the fridge. You're close to the TV. Everything is so comfortable. You're not going to do the right numbers. You have to be out. So the only focus you have is activities. Right? I mean, you have to understand, it's not going to be easy. I joined this company 28 years ago because I didn't want to work hard all my life. I've been a very lazy guy, even when I worked very hard before I joined the company. I worked very hard for 5.5 years, very hard. Because I thought I'll make enough money, then I don't need to work later. I found that that's nonsense. And then I joined Herbalife and I saw the marketing plan. I said, if I get enough people that love this business, love the product, they do what the company says, they make money, I get paid every month. Even if I zopa till 12 in the afternoon. No one's going to call me. Why are you not still sleeping? No one's going to call me. I just need to create a big enough group with strong enough people that will be self-motivated for their own success. I got it. That can only happen with recruiting. And it has to happen with consistent recruiting. Not one associate here, one PC there, one customer converted into us. This is not a business. This is a game. This is like selling Tupperware. When you recruit one associate a month, you get 2 customers, one becomes this Tupperware business. This is just to do something. The time pass. You have nothing else to do, so you do Herbalife. That's what you're doing. To build a business, 5 first line is minimum. When I joined the business, we used to join not like now in India, free. It's never was Phuket. It cost 3,600 rupees to join Herbalife. In India, first few years, you got a nice big box, nice color with the clouds. Clouds on the box. It was white with bluish colors. Inside, there was a nice brochure, and there was a Formula One, there was a button, there was some other tools, a spoon, and nice box, and it cost, and the license. 3,600 rupees to join. You know what I used to do for years? And you can ask some with this. I think Amol also knows about this. Every month, I used to buy 30 to 40 of these boxes personally. And I used to put it in where I used to live, one wall. The whole wall would be the boxes. And my goal was to make sure all the boxes are sold by the end of the month. Because next month, I buy another 30, 40. Even if I didn't sell, I'll buy another 30, 40. I'll not eat food, but I'll buy another 30, 40. It put me in a zone. I have to recruit. Why? Number one, I'm in India. If you're not recruiting in India, then what are you going to do in this business? This is the best country to recruit. Everyone in the world is jealous of Herbalife supervisors in India. Jealous. They are all inside that. All of them say, why wasn't I born Indian? Everyone. Because 1.4 billion, we are number one in the world, growing market. India's, is become a powerhouse in the world. Not only Herbalife, in general, the country has become so powerful in the world. Everyone, and you are part of it, and you're not recruiting because your mindset is, I don't know, it's so relaxed with what you have, you don't understand what an opportunity this is. So I used to buy 30 to 40. Now I used to not recruit 30 to 40 personally, but I would recruit 10, 15 first line every month. And with my new associate, I would nag my associates to bring their circle of influence to the next meeting. I used to call my associate 10 times. Don't forget your brother, don't forget. And then they would come to the meeting, new associate with 4 guests, with 3 guests. And out of that, someone would join. So I always had license. Now to join this company is fukat, free, and you're not recruiting. That's insane from my point of view. Insane. You don't know what you're missing. If someone explains it, I'm sure you've seen the marketing plan, you understand what is possible with just a few good people. So the third point is what? So we spoke about the 10%, and then we spoke about numbers. You have to have the right numbers. Got it? Next thing. Now, when you have enough now, and by the way, I think some of you asked me to mention the script I use and the script I teach. It's the same script. I'll tell you the script, but it's the same script. And then anyone calls me from a flyer. I even put a sticker on my car. I get calls from my car. I hand out my business cards to anyone I meet. I go to malls. I go to hotels. I always give my card. I always have my button on, and I get calls. And the only script I always use is the same script I'm using for 28 years. And someone calls, they say, hi, they say, listen, I'm interested in this part-time, or what is this work from? I say, listen, we are an international company. I go straight to the point. I don't ask, what is your name? My name is, I don't have time. And I'm not here for friendship. I'm here to see, is this person serious? So I say, okay, great. This is an international company working all around the world in the field of fitness and nutrition. We are expanding now in India, looking for serious people for part-time or full-time. Again, I'll repeat. Someone says, what is this work from home? What is this business? I say, great, let me give you some information. This is an international company working all over the world for the last 45 years in 95 countries in the field of nutrition and fitness, or nutrition and health, whatever comes to you naturally. Nutrition and health. At the moment, we are expanding in India. And we are looking for serious people. And we are looking for serious people for part-time or full-time. Best part, all the trainings are going to be provided by the company. All the trainings are going to be provided by the company. And you can work from home in flexible hours. And you can work from home in flexible hours. Good news. This coming week, we have an online business presentation, or now we can add an offline business presentation. But we have this online or offline business presentation happening on this coming Thursday, on this coming Wednesday, on this coming whatever. I really recommend you to attend. Please send me a message on WhatsApp, your full name and number. Please send me a message on WhatsApp, your full name and number, and I will forward you the link and more details about the company. Hey, what is this company about? Don't worry. In the presentation, you will hear and understand everything. Is this selling? Don't worry. In the presentation, we will explain to you everything. Is this MLM? ML what? No, ML what? No, I have no idea, but don't worry. When you attend the presentation, you will understand everything. Okay, just don't forget, send me a message so I can forward you this link you don't want to miss. Thank you for calling. Bye. Finished. Script, 28 years. No diversion, no this, no. Why? Why do I never divert from my script? Number one, it makes it simple for me. I don't have to invent a script according to who calls. Every time someone calls with different this, someone is retired, someone is a student, okay, I have to change my script. No, I don't want to change because I'm not always in the zone of the business. Sometimes I'm doing other things in my life. So if I suddenly get a call and I'm not prepared and I try to change or modify, I will get confused and I might mess up. So I have this script in my brain. I've learned it by heart. In the beginning, I used to have a laminated card with the script in my hand. And this is how I used to answer the call. I used to hold it in my hand and I used to read till I learned the script by heart. You understand? So this is the script. Now, again, what is the secret of having guests from the script? Numbers. It's not the script. It's numbers. If you get 2 calls a day, 2 requests a day, 2 questions about the business a day, you are not going to grow in this business. You are not going to increase your royalties. You're not going to enjoy the marketing plan. Numbers. We have to be willing to work hard. Okay? So this is at least one thing. Next point I want to give you. Let's say you invited people. The wow has started. Listen, you have to understand, success in Herbalife is a package deal. Write this down. It's a package deal. Package. This is especially for supervisors and world team here. I want you guys to get it. Supervisors and world team. Success in Herbalife is a package deal. It's like a recipe that you cannot modify. You cannot change. You can't do some things good and some things not good. You want to have success in Herbalife, you have to do everything that you're supposed to do as a package deal to see success. Let's say you did the activities, you got the call, you used the script, you invited people, you are attending the WOW presentation, your cam is off. You broke the package, broke it. You cannot expect to get same results as the ones with the cams on. You will not. I don't care who you are, where you are. I'm living on the mountain. There are tigers around me. I can't put the cam. I'm sorry. Then it's not going to work like you think it's going to work. It's not. You have to accept it. You are not going to grow in this business like someone else will grow. So it's a package, right? When we say use the products, use the product is part of the package. You have to be using the products, building your confidence. You have to be looking good, feeling good, energy, activities, smart. It's like the whole package. It sounds too much, right? It sounds a lot of things. Well, you want to make a lot of money. Well, what do you think it's going to be? One thing. Then the whole world would be rich. The whole world is not. Most of the world is struggling. Most of the world have EMIs. Most of the world live in 1 and 2 BHK flats. Most of the world drive cars I wouldn't even sit in. That's the worst of most of the world. You want to have a better life for you and your family, you have to be willing to do these things. So it's a package. When a sponsor or a coach says, put your cams on, and Sumit has to say, make your cam, put your cam, you didn't get it. For me, a supervisor or a world team or whoever has the cam off, it's like a guest attending a WOW and doesn't join. They just didn't get it yet. You understand? They didn't get it. They still think, oh, if my cam is off or on, it makes no difference. They're just nagging me because they want to see I'm here. They didn't get that it's part of the package. Our behavior in building an organization, everything is connected to each other. I help a lot backstage. I'm someone who helps a lot backstage, but I don't do activity. You broke the package. I do a lot of activities, but I don't contribute to the system at all. I never volunteered. You broke the package. Everything is connected, contributing to the system, doing the activities, using the products, having a smile, cam is on, being on time, doing everything is part of the. Now, for some of you, oh, that sounds like a lot. Listen, also what we make is a lot. And it doesn't have to be president team checks. Even get team checks, 1, 2, 3 lakh a month. That's very good, I think, for what we do, right? So you have to understand the whole process, how important, and if you think about it, it's not a rocket science. It's simple. What is the problem to put that? Imagine I'm talking to you and I'm talking to you like this. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why do I have to be, I earn more than all of you. Why I have to have my cam on? If you're a supervisor who hasn't got even a royalty check and your cam is off, why I have to have my cam on? I also want to drink and eat while I'm talking, right? I can also do this. Think about it. If someone who makes the type of incomes I make and Sumit makes and Amol makes, and we have our cams on the entire time, and you don't, what does it say about where you're going in this business? Right? So you have to think about it. So recruiting is the entire process. It's a package. The only reason some people fail or they don't succeed or they get stuck is they miss out on some parts of the package. Sometimes it's one small thing. Right? So you need to check, what am I missing on in the package? Am I really using the products? Am I really doing activities on a consistent base every day? Am I really doing the right numbers? Am I really in the deal? Okay, so now we reach the wow presentation. Wow presentation starts, your cam is on, you did follow up to your guests, the ones who confirmed, you call them, you message them. I'll give you a trick, not a trick, but it's it works. You message a guest that is supposed to join in 15 minutes to the presentation. You message. Don't forget, presentation is starting in 15 minutes. You have no reply, you call. You never let the meeting start without you communicating with the guest. Even if he says, I can't join, no problem, but you communicate. Because sometimes a guest is not focused 100% on the presentation. He forgot or she forgot. They didn't check their phone and they miss out on the presentation because we didn't do the follow-up. They don't understand that this is an amazing opportunity. They still think this is some kind of funny source of income, just another job where they're going to struggle. They don't know what we know. So we are the ones who have to make an extra effort than they do until they get it. When they get it, then it changes, right? They have to run after us. But in the beginning, to get them in, to hook them in, I need to get them. So I message my guest. My guest doesn't respond. I call. Doesn't pick up the phone. I forget about them. I forget. Now, hopefully, you have other confirmations. If you don't, now it's going to be a challenge. And most probably, when you're a supervisor or a world team and your only guest doesn't join, not only you are depressed, and that's why you keep your cam off, or you don't even join the meeting. Something else happens. Something else is suddenly more important. You understand? So make sure you always communicate with your guests before the meeting. Meeting started. What is your job in the meeting? Number one, cam is on, smiling, clapping. It's part of recruiting. It's a package. Package. This is part of the package. The clapping, the smiling. You can say act. You know how many times I'm in a presentation and I'm not happy? I have other things happening in my life. Other things are happening. I join a meeting. I'm not in the best of mood. I'm in a fighting mood. I'm in a punching mood. Whatever it is. But you will see me smile. And you will see me clap. And why? Because I'm business. I'm all about business. It's a business, not a hobby. I'm not an amateur. I want to double my income, triple my income. And triple and double is the same for you. You might be making 20,000. Don't you want to make 50? Don't you want to make 1 lakh a month? So you want to double and triple just like me. It doesn't matter how much I'm making. So your attitude has to be like mine. It has to be like Sumit's. It has to be the same type of attitude when we are on the call. So even though you feel it's fake, I'm faking, I'm not really happy, I'm not excited, I have no guests, what is it? I want to leave, I'm hungry, book lagi, mommy is making omelette. Whatever you have in your mind, I don't care. You are in business. Because if you don't do what we do, you will never earn what we earn. Never. Forget president team. Forget even millionaire team. Get team is a good enough income to be comfortable in life if you are earning actually as a get team, which is 1, 2, 3 lakh a month. That's a good income to be comfortable, especially in India. You can live a comfortable life. You are in a good, confident place in life to build a bigger business. You have this source of income, respect, where you can actually build on. To reach there, listen, maybe you'll have to fake it until you make it. I did it for a long time. I faked it. No paisa, no this, no that. I can't buy new clothes. I faked it. I behaved like everything is great. So I clapped and this is online. In offline, it's even more difficult when you're not happy, you don't have guests. You have to smile all the time. You can't go off cam, right? In an offline presentation, someone is looking at you. Even if you don't see, that's why be careful picking your noses in offline meetings. In online, you can do it. No one will see because you can close the cam. In offline, be careful. Because then we have to shake hands. So we're not going to shake your hands. So the way we behave in offline meetings affects everyone. Not just guests, maybe that have not walked in yet, but other associates. What our associates are doing when we are in an offline meeting, even an online one, but especially now, they're learning from us. They're looking at us. They're looking at our attitude. They're looking how we clap, how we smile, how excited we are. They're keeping an eye. This is all part of the package. You can't know this, I don't. I'll do this, but I can't do this. No, I'm sorry, guys. That is why there are 3,000 president team and 6 million associates. Because everyone chooses what to do, what is comfortable for them. The ones who become president team or millionaire team are people who say, no, I'm going for the full package. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be a sacrifice. I'm going to give up on this. I'm going to miss this. I'll spend less time with my friends, less time with my family for some time. But when I achieve that success, different life. Do you understand? So the presentation started, cameras on, you're smiling, you're clapping, you have some guests. What is your job to do? Keep an eye. Check the names if you can. Try to identify, are they on the call? Suddenly you can't find one of the guests. What do? You messaged immediately. Hi, were you dropped off the call? Are you still in the call? I nag my guests throughout the, are you listening? Very important part is coming up now. Because even if I see them, their cam is off, usually of guests, right? Most guests don't put it. So I ask them, so how did you like this part? I'm in touch with my guests when the wow is going on if I'm not speaking. Because they don't understand half of what is happening. So I want to keep them intrigued. So listen, you won't believe next 5 minutes what is happening. And if they don't answer my message, I call them. And they answer, I say, great, I just want to know, are you on the call? No. Why did you leave the call? You can still rejoin. Rejoin fast. Don't miss it. You're going to miss something. You will be shocked. Don't miss. I'm still promoting. Worst comes to worst, they left. I got them for the last 10 minutes with promotion. Still good. So I do follow-up in the meeting. In the while I'm doing follow-up. In offline, it's different, right? In offline, we are clapping and we just look around and we say, okay, I guess it's still there. Okay, that guest is still breathing. Okay, good. Everything is good, right? We keep an eye on. If you see your guest is clapping, khalas, that's an associate, 100%. 100%. You see a guest playing with their phone, okay, dirty kaboch. They're not going to do anything. But if you see someone clapping, you see they're listening, yes, that's a positive guest. In online, we can't see that. So we communicate with the phone. We get them intrigued. The next 5 minutes, the next 10 minutes. Don't miss. Now amazing stories are going to come. People also from your background are going to come. I just say anything to get them to continue listening, continue looking at the screen. Okay? And then the meeting is over. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. Now what do we do? Write this down. 5 minutes, you don't message, you don't call your guest. 5 minutes. You don't call, you don't message your guest. Why? Give them a chance to get in touch with you first. Give them a chance. A guest that calls you or messages you, that's a positive person. He's 80% in. 80% they're in. If they call him. So I wait. I have 4 guests who attended, 3 guests, 5 guests. I wait. Sometimes, I get a message. As soon as the message gets, it was very nice presentation. I just want to ask you a few more things. I call immediately. And I see what questions they have. No one is calling. I had 3 guests, 2 guests, 1 guest, 5 minutes. No one calls. I call. Right? Now, when I call, what do I say? What do I ask? Write this down. The first thing I ask is, were you present in the entire presentation? I want to know. I don't want to waste my time. Were you present in the entire presentation? Some of them said yes. Some of them said, no, I had to leave in the last 10 minutes. I said, oh, you missed the most important 10 minutes. That was the most important part. That's the 10 minutes where most people take a decision to join because they understand how amazing this opportunity is. If they say the first 10 minutes I missed, I say, oh my God, the first 10 minutes are the best 10 minutes. Those are the first 10 minutes where most people take decision to join. Oh, in the middle, I got cut off. 15 minutes I missed. The 15 minutes in the middle are the most important. Why? I want to give them that fear of loss to invite them to the next meeting I want to get them to. Because I want them to feel a bit bad. I missed 10 minutes. I missed 5 minutes. I missed 15 minutes. I don't have to invite them to another wow. I'll invite them to another presentation, a WCW. I'll invite them to the morning club. I'll invite them to, or maybe I'll send them a recording. Whatever it is, I want to give them write this down, second exposure. Second exposure. For most people, they need second exposure to take a decision to join. I know many of you join after first exposure, including me. Not everyone is like us. Some people need 2 exposures, sometimes even 3. But basically, majority, they need 2 exposures. Sometimes it's a wow, and then it'll be WCW, it'll be a quick start, it'll be a welcome training, it'll be something. It'll be one-on-one with you on Zoom. It can be a one-on-one. If there's nothing coming up in the coming 3-4 days, don't wait for another week. You lose them. So one-on-one with you and your coach if you're a new supervisor. And then they can ask whatever question. So that's the first thing I asked. Second thing I asked, write this down. I asked them, what did you like the most in the presentation? What did you like the most? I don't let them talk in the beginning. I want to interview them first. What did you like the most? And sometimes they say, we like the most the product results, the income results. I like the last speaker, the way they told their story and from how they start. I really like that. I say, amazing. I'm really happy to hear that. And the last question I asked them, what did you really understand from the presentation? What do we do? 99% of them don't really understand exactly what we do. Right? Because now what I'm doing is before they even come with doubts, I'm showing them that they most probably might have doubts, and that's what I'm here for. So I asked them, what did you understand actually from this presentation that we do to earn money? And for me personally, 90% of them they say we sell products. We make money by selling products. Most of my personal guests, that's what they say. Right? So when they say that, when they say, oh, I need to sell the products, I write this down. I use feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. And this is what I do. I say, oh, I know exactly how you feel. Because after my first presentation, before I joined the company, I felt exactly the same. I thought exactly the same, that we have to sell products. But you know what? After I decided to join and I came to my first distributor or associate training, I found out selling is not the deal here at all. It's not the deal. Most of the people who join Herbalife never sold anything in their life before they joined this company. And then I got so excited about my future. So feel, felt, found. I know exactly how you feel. When I joined this company, almost joined the company 28 years ago, just before I decided to join, I felt exactly like you. I thought same selling, I'll have to sell products, to go door to door, same thing I thought. But you know what? After I decided to join and give myself a chance, I attended my first training and I found out sales has nothing to do with this. We do make money from customers, but customers come to us because of our results on the products, because of the demand there is in the marketplace for better health, better weight, improving energy, fitness, and we are the #1 in the world. So we have ways to get people to come to us. And that's one of the top 5 incomes that we have in the company. So don't worry, we'll get that all sorted out. So are you clear? I mean, that's what I asked them. Do you understand? So this is the 3 questions that I asked personally to get that guest that I have focused to take right decisions. Now, let me give you a few before we continue. Number 1, not all guests respond. Sometimes I'll call the guest and he immediately says, hey, I'll call you back. And they never call, whatever. And, sometimes they don't pick up. It's completely fine. That's part of the deal. You remember I told you, majority are not going to join. And I never get disappointed when I have 3, 4, 5 guests, because even if no one joins, I have a bit more positive, I have a less positive. But if you have 1 guest and that guest is not positive, it's not a positive day for you in business. That is why, and if you don't have any guests, that's even worse. Do you understand? So that's why, again, we spoke about, and we'll end with that. I'll give you 1 or 2 tips about making sure you have the right numbers. So let's talk about objections. Let's say I got a guest on the phone. He answered the 3 questions, but he says, listen, I've got some doubts. Can I ask you? I said, of course, tell me, share with me. He said, listen, it looks like a very good business, but I have no time. I'm very busy. Someone said, I have no time. So here's what you say. Write this down. Majority of people who join the company join part-time. That's the beauty of this business. You don't need time. You just need desire that you want to make some great extra income. You don't need time. Even if you have 1 or 2 hours a week, we'll teach you how you can build your business. 95% of the people who join, more than 95% who join the business, joined first part-time. And then I give my story. I joined my first 3 months, I was part-time. When my income went 3 times more than my full-time job, I quit my jobs. You don't have to do the same, but I managed to create 3 times more income than my job salary after 3 months in this business part-time. So it doesn't matter if you don't have time. And he said, yeah, but I'm not sure because I'm very busy. Then I write this down, feel, felt, found. You have to be systematic, guys. You can't, every time you have a guest, you invent a new way to reply. You can't, because remember, this is a duplication business. You need to be able to teach people things that they can teach others. You can't teach your downlines how to build a business if every time you speak to a new guest, you speak in a different way. You will never be able to teach because it can't be duplicated. But my script, I've never changed for 28 years. The way I close a guest at the end of the presentation didn't change for 28 years. Technology changed, but I didn't change. I didn't change my script. You understand? So feel, felt, found. How I feel, I know exactly how you feel. When I joined this business, I felt exactly the same because I was working 18 hours a day in other jobs. But you know what? When I started working, I found out I don't need a lot of time to create a great income because of the way we get paid. Don't worry, you learn about it in the next presentation. Feel, felt, found. You understand? Next one. Next objection you have from a guest at the end of the presentation. I don't have money to join. Someone says, I don't have money to join. What is the first thing as a supervisor and above you understand from this guest? When someone says, I don't have money to join, what do you understand from this? Number one is they didn't understand the presentation. They didn't understand. Someone who says, I don't have 1,000 rupees to join the opportunity of Herbalife, they didn't understand. So here's what you ask. You say, do you have any specific questions you want to ask me about the opportunity? Please think and ask me. Because something is bothering them that is holding them back from spending 1,000 rupees. So I want to know what it is. There's no such thing they have no money. This is all nonsense. It doesn't exist on planet Earth. Unless you're a homeless. I mean, otherwise, listen, imagine, how much does an average Mercedes-Benz cost? Mercedes-Benz. How much does a Mercedes-Benz average basic one? 50 lakh. 50 lakh is a Mercedes-Benz, brand new basic one, right? Imagine tomorrow that guest uncle comes to him and says, listen, you won't believe, my friend, my neighbor has a 50 lakh brand new Merc. He's in problems. He has to sell it. He's willing to sell it for 50,000. 50,000 rupees. You can buy Merc, which is what, the same guy that said, I don't have 1,000 rupees. Do you think he will arrange the money to get the 50,000? And you have 24 hours. Otherwise, someone else will buy it. 100%. Because you think, what? I'll pay 50,000, get the car, sell it even for half, 25 lakh I made. Right? So will there be a problem to arrange 25,000 in 24? Of course not. Even if the person is eating only vada pav, he'll still find 25,000. There's no such thing as no money. The only thing that guests didn't understand is the value of this opportunity. They didn't get it. It's not sometimes not easy for a person to understand the value of the opportunity, how we actually make money, especially online. It can be a bit confusing, right? So not everyone understands. I didn't understand the marketing plan from the first day. I understood the concept, but I didn't understand the marketing plan. You understand? So I always ask, so do you have any specific question you want to ask? And usually they ask, what if I pay this 1,000 and it doesn't work? What if you understand? They start asking these questions. And I ask them the same question they ask me. They say, what if I pay the 1,000 and it doesn't work? So I ask them, what will happen? You pay 1,000 to the #1 health nutrition company in the world, and it doesn't work. What will happen? Tell me, what will happen? You lost 1,000 rupees. But what if it works? What if it works? Why do you think you are so different from the stories we heard today in the WOW presentation? If it's going to work for them, it'll work for you. Don't worry. That's why you have me. I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Now, let me again, before I continue with the other objections, not every single guest I talk to accepts what I say and joins the business. No. I have the same numbers. But the only thing is, I give these objections because sometimes we have someone that is really potential, and because they are not clear, we miss out on them. I don't know how many times you've seen this. People who have attended Herbalife presentations, maybe a few months ago, they join under someone else. Not because they didn't like that person. It was not clear for them, and no one cleared what they had doubts about. And then they came to second exposure, and they got it. Samjha? So when someone says no money, they didn't understand the value, I always ask, listen, any specific questions? And if they say no, I use what? What do I use? Feel, felt, found. I know exactly how you feel. Even when I joined this business, I felt the same. Actually, when I joined, it was 3,000 rupees to join, not 1,000. And I was in debt. Even to join, I had to borrow money from my brother. I felt exactly, I was so scared. But I was thinking, what if this works? And then when I joined the company, I attended my first training, I found out that of course it's going to work. If I work, I will earn. I got it. You understand? Feel, felt, found. Next one. Someone says, is this MLM? Is this network marketing? Is this sales? And whatever they ask, I ask them back. What do you know about, let's say someone says, is this MLM? So I ask them, what do you know about MLM? What do you know about MLM? And they always talk nonsense. They all say things that are not true. And I say, oh, I know exactly how you feel. Because when I came for the first time, I felt exactly the same. I thought it's one of these games, one of these chains and stuff. You know what? After I joined, I understood and I found out that some of the top athletes in the world are connected to this company. Top athletes will not associate themselves with a brand that is doing something wrong. World-class athletes, governments that are sponsored in so many fields by Herbalife International will not associate with a company like Herbalife if it's doing something wrong, because things that are like pyramids and change are illegal. I say, yeah, but you know, it sounds like, and what do I use? Feel, felt, found. That's it. There's nothing more. Remember, if you talk more than what I'm showing you, you're going to lose them 100%, because you're going to show them that you need them so badly. Right? So be careful. So is this network marketing? Is this MLM? What do you know about MLM? What do you know about this? Is this sales? What do you know about sales? I have no idea. I don't know anything about sales. Perfect. Same here. I never sold anything in my entire life before I joined this company. I don't like sales. But what I found out, I don't have to be a salesperson when I joined this company. And you're going to see the same thing when you attend your first associate training, when you come to the first presentation. Okay, next one. Someone says, I need to think about it. If someone needs to think about it, what is the first thing we understand? They didn't get it. They didn't understand. Something is missing. So I asked, do you have any specific questions you want to ask so I can help you think? Anything specific you want to ask me? Yeah, no, not really. I'm just, I think because I don't know if I can, what you don't think you can do? What do you think you can't do? No, I don't know many people. I don't, really, most of the people I introduced to this business, 99.9 people I never met in my life. I met them only when I introduced them to the company. Don't worry. And by the way, it doesn't have to be my story. Your story can be similar, because I'm sure most of you that have recruited, you've recruited people that are not from your circle of influence as well. So it doesn't matter how many people we know. No, but I'm not sure this is for me. What do we use? Feel, felt, found. I know exactly how you feel. When I came to my presentation, I felt exactly the same. I didn't think that I can do this because I was doing physical jobs. I hardly finished high school. Who will buy anything from me? Who will join a business under me? I didn't. But you know what? After I attended my first training, I found out that it doesn't matter who we are and what we know and what is our background, because people get attracted to the opportunity. So it doesn't matter what is your background. If you're willing to learn how to do this business, you're going to do very well. I promise you. You understand? Great. So if someone says, write this down. Next, I'm not interested. I mean, this is basically a no. Someone says, no, I'm not interested. So here's what I always ask. What are you not interested in? I want to know. You're not interested. I'm not asking to date you. I'm asking the business. So I'm not interested. Interested in what? What are you not interested in? In making money? You're not interested in making money? You're not interested to improve your health? What are you not interested in? Just tell me. Oh, I don't want to sell products. Don't. You don't need to sell. Don't sell. No, I don't want to attend meetings. Don't. You don't have to. It's your business. See, I'm not going to give, I can't, when I have a guest, I want them in the business first. They take a decision to join. They are now mine. Now I'll teach them the actual business. But I want to wheel them in first. And I'm not wheeling them into some scam. I'm wheeling them into the best opportunity on the planet. Unfortunately, because of how some people think and how they are brought up and educated, they have these stigmas, their way of thinking about certain things. Network marketing is something not good. This is like MLM, it's like this, because their own stigmas. So I don't want to go there. So whatever they don't like, I don't say that we don't sell the product. I say you don't have to. You actually don't have to. If you don't want to, don't sell. Right? I don't want to recruit. Don't recruit. I mean, coming on this call, so many people here are not recruiting. So it's not only going to be my guest, right? So you don't have to do. But I'm still going to show you how to make money. So when someone says, I'm not interested, I always want to know, tell me in what you're not interested in me, what you're not interested in. What is the thing that's stopping you from taking a decision to join or to come to the next presentation, the next training? I want to know. I'll tell you why I ask these questions. Because we work so hard to get the guests in the meeting. Before they go, I want to learn something myself. I want to learn. As a supervisor, I want to learn because I want to know what makes a guest say no. What are they thinking? What is bothering them? Do you understand? So that's how we also improve our presentations. We improve our closing. So that's how, so whenever you have any doubts like that, the answer should not be another meeting, another presentation. It's just one answer or a question to make it a bit clear for them. Someone says, write this down. How much can I earn at the end of the presentation? What type of income I can earn? How much can I earn in this business? And I tell them exactly like the stories, testimonials you heard in the presentation. Exactly. You can start with smaller incomes and slowly, step by step, pick up to whatever income you desire. For the last 45 years in 95 countries, that's how it works. You can decide, but you first need to take your first step. And I'm here for you. Right? No, but I'm not sure I can do this. I don't think I can earn. No one in my family has done business. What do we use? Feel, felt, found. Always. Feel, felt, found. No convincing, no this, no telling them, I'll help you, I'll do everything for you, I'll recruit for you. Don't never talk like that. Never, because we are handicapping our guests already before they even join. This is an independent business. They will have to work. They will have to make an effort. But I want to show them that it's going to be much smoother to start their business than they are imagining. So feel, felt, found helps. Answering questions with questions help, like I gave you. But the secret is not prolonging conversations. Because always remind yourself, our job in Herbalife, in our business, is not to change people. Our job is not to change people. People can take decisions to change. Our job is not to change. We are not philosophers. We are not psychologists. We are not psychiatrists. Our job is to present the opportunity. Our job is to guide people, be an example, and do it again and again and again. In the process of the way the system works, people will take decisions to improve themselves, to change. We talk about personal development, but it's not our job. So when you're talking to someone about Herbalife, after a wow is over, don't sit another half an hour with them. Don't talk another half an hour on the phone trying to convince them. Because, I heard this from, I think it was from John Tato. He says if a birth of an associate into Herbalife is going to be difficult, the bringing up is going to be horror. It's going to be torture. You understand? If getting someone just to take a decision to join Herbalife is going to be so difficult, you have to convince them and promise, then to actually take steps in the business is going to be, my God. Right? So our job is to present with a wow presentation. Every one of us has to be the best we can be on the call, and then just to deal with some of these objections. And it's always, don't worry. When you take a decision to get started, you will be able to attend the training. And we have amazing events and trainings straight after WOWs usually. We have a quick start. We have getting started. Some of you have Q&As. We have WCW. We have so many things that are usually lined up after these WOWs almost every week. Okay? So this is something, some of the points that you want to have. Now, before I complete the last, I want to invite two people here. First, that are all, I know many of you are in action, but two people that are seriously in action and are recruiting and are doing well, building their business. So the first one I want to invite is World Team member Shreyas. Shreyas, are you here? Shreyas, if you are here, I think he's already... Yes, great. Hi, Shreyas.
Yeah, hi, sir. Hello.
Hi,
Am I
hi,
audible?
hi. Yes, we can hear you. So, Shreyas, I just want to know, what have you been doing in your business to pick up your recruiting, the type of activities? I know that you are actually outside now after activities. Am I right?
Yeah.
So people want to know, like,
Uh,
what type of activities are you doing? How are you working? How much time are you investing every day in building? Because I know you have recruited 4 first line in the last few weeks. So I just want
yeah.
them to understand what you're doing.
Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. First of all, sorry for the noise because I'm working. I mean, I joined this call immediately after my activities, and after this call as well, I'll be doing the same. So, firstly, I have decided that every single month I'll be recruiting 6 new associates. So the decision is made first, and I have like I have been I've told it to my sponsor, like that's Khushbu, and to David sir as well, that I'll be recruiting minimum 6 lines from this month onwards for next 6 months. So first the thing is we need to decide that what's our personal goal, and we need to be accountable with someone so that we'll be like on the edges. I have to make it 6 anyhow in this month because I have told it to someone, and especially the sponsors. So first thing is that, and the activities. If you ask me that, I haven't been doing offline activities since long time because I was working on social media. But the thing is, social media wasn't helping me to get it all. So that's the reason I got started doing offline activities with flyers. And every single day I'm doing massive flyers, and I'm not counting the flyers. Basically, I'm just going out and doing till I give up, like till midnight maybe, or till even now in last 2 to 3 days, I've shifted myself from my place to Hadapsar, where we'll be having tomorrow's offline session. Because I stay a lot of, I mean, far away from the center, from the Hadapsar area. So I shifted to my Didi's place. She's also supervisor, and she is also with me doing all the activities. And by the way, this is our the wow flyer we are showing to every single person, and we are inviting a lot of people. Up till now, in last 2 days, I have collected almost 80 to 90 new numbers in just 2 days. And now even today also, I'll have to count how many numbers I have taken. And apart from that, I came here because from for offline session, which is which will be happening tomorrow. For this session, mostly people will come only if it's like I feel that if it's near to their place, or if it's near to their workplace at least. So I personally came here because taking people from long distance till this offline office, because I don't have the uh, experience of offline activities, because I joined in the offline wow session, but immediately after that there was a lockdown and I shifted to online. So this is the first time I'm doing. And another thing is mostly sir always tells us, David sir always tells us, कि you have to focus on the higher numbers. जैसे आज भी अभी सेशन में बताया था सर ने कि numbers is the only game. So if that is only the game, then we need to be on our edges to tag that thing and improve our numbers no matter what, through flyers or through all the tools actually are working for everyone. But we need to believe in our tool that okay, yes, the person will come. Okay, people will call us.
And Shreyas,
So the
tell me,
belief system.
after a wow, what do you do with your guests that manage to attend the wow? How do you close with them?
Firstly, as sir told right now, that we need to be there on with that person even before wow, even during the wow, and even after the wow. That are they available or are they focused in the session? So after the session, basically I wait for their personal call. Then after, if they're not calling for 5-10 minutes, then I personally call them, and then I just tell them ki, like as the basic questions we are having. Firstly, I hope you have attended the entire complete session, the 60-minute session. So if they are saying yes, then of course I tell them congratulations for that thing, because we need only serious people who stay till the last. Because there are a lot of people in our session that after immediately 30 minutes they give us a message exactly काम क्या करना है बता. What we need to do exactly, just call and tell. So we
Okay.
tell that person that he is already one step inside, because he has achieved that one checkpoint. of ours, what's our requirement, that we need patient people in the business.
Great,
So that
great.
person automatically thinks that, oh wow, I have been मतलब मैं इनके टीम का ऑलरेडी हिस्सा बन गया हूँ, एक क्वालिफाई किया मैंने चेक पॉइंट जो, बिकॉज ये इसलिए कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन बोल रहे हैं.
Okay,
So that
great.
person also feels good.
So great, great, Shreya. So congratulations. All the best for your 6 first line this month as well. All the best. Congratulations. Thanks, Shreya. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So next one I want to invite is Khushbu. Khushbu, you're there?
Yes, I'm there. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. So Khushbu, can you also just share the type of activities you're doing and how you actually close a guest and how you speak to close them?
So, activities, I do danglers personally, and I have someone who's helping me with signal flyers on a daily basis. Plus, we do posters in the late evening times, or in the like when there is no sun that much. So, if it is not possible to do flyers, that time we do posters. Plus, social media is there and paper ads or inserts. So, multiple tools are there. So I do work more on numbers because these tools, like you said, 10% is the response. But because when you do flyers and so the number is maybe even less sometimes because the quality of sometimes auto, and I'm not judging anyone, but people maybe language problem or maybe, the like audio problem or some issue is there. So numbers are sometimes out of 100, 30, 40 people, are serious. So numbers might, I work on higher numbers because of this. So most of the points you've covered. As you said about closing, main thing, like you said, you have to talk, wait for 5 minutes. So when I do the calls, I tell on the call only that immediately after the meeting you give me a call or a message. Make sure that you're free 5 minutes within after the meeting. So if you attend the full session, any doubts you have after that, we can get on the call. So I inform them when I'm telling the script before, like when they call first time, that time only I tell them this. If we have a Q&A session, like on every Saturday we have Q&A, but every other wow, we don't have Q&A on a group level. We do personal Q&A per like one to one. So I tell them immediately after the call we'll have Q&A. So I'll send you the link. Once you attend the full session, just join that link. We'll answer all your questions. So that is first thing for closing. Second thing is, like you said, you attended the full session. So I asked, what did you like or relate to the most in the full session? So then they start, because when I was telling them what you like the most, usually they say promotion. So then I was a bit lost what to say after that, because it's like, okay, they like the glamour part also. I mean, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but then I don't know how to close them because they are thinking big checks and immediately it will come. Then it is not relatable to them personally because they have come for 20,000, maybe 30,000, but they like guest speaker who's making in lakhs. So they like that the most, but I asked them, what did you like and you could relate to the most? So then when they say about just a housewife, for example, they say, or sometimes they say they want to have freedom, time freedom, and they want to do business. And then they have like if they are asked, if they directly say without answering this question, that what is the work. So there are two options. If they either they ask about joining if they're positive. So I have a standard message that it is 1,000 rupees. In that you get government license. You need to give so many documents, and you will get this many trainings, and this is lifetime membership. So I have a standard message. I tell them this, and I tell them that all this documentation I will send it to you on WhatsApp, and within 30 seconds I send that message on WhatsApp. So they have that, and I just ask them, when can you send me the documents? By when can you send me the document? That is most important. So if they send the documents, then anyhow they will send money also.
Yes.
If they say they don't have money, I tell them you can join as Indian ID, which is free of cost to make. So I make their PC ID. And I tell after, because university is after 1 week. So then if you make you can earn and paid the university fees.
Mm.
So they get confidence that in the first 72 hours, if they join immediately, I tell them in the first 72 hours, you will make money. So when you make that money, you can join, pay the remaining 500 rupees from that. So half sign up, I call that. You can do Indian ID. You cannot do international business till you make money. I tell them like that. So they don't understand PC and associate that time. That's why.
That's to wheel them in. That's the intention. We want to get them in first. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they are positive like that, if they're talking about joining, if they have questions, so what is the basic that question that what we have to do exactly. So I have 3 points that I tell them. Number one, I tell them that you understood. Okay, they say they didn't understand anything sometimes in the meeting. So I said, did you understand this is a health and nutrition fitness business, health business? So they say yes, we understood. I said, do you understand it is for weight loss, weight management? Are you someone who's interested in looking good or feeling fit? So what they'll say, they can't say that, oh, I'm not interested. So they say, yes, I'm interested in personal fitness. I said, great. Then second thing I said that you, for your personal fitness, I'll invite you to 3-day trial. So we have free trial, especially for your fitness because you're interested, right, in fitness. So then more exposure they get in 3-day trial in the club. The second question I tell them is, you understand that this is about helping business. So if you like, I'm helping you because you are looking for extra income. Like that, we also help people who are interested in health. And this is helping business. Do you like to help people in general? So what they'll again say, right? They don't like to help people. They'll say, yes, I like to help people. I said, great. Then you come to the club tomorrow. I'll show you how we help people. Practically, you can see what is the business. And third question is, this I said this is a serious question because without this I cannot really know if you are good fit for this business. Is how much time can you give? Because if you're do you have the time? If you're a busy person also, if how many hours or maybe Saturday, Sunday, what day can you give? Practically, if I can explain you everything in the meeting that was told, even if you don't understand it, it's no problem. But if do you even have the time to understand? Because if you were in the meeting and you missed, usually people don't understand because they missed maybe middle, maybe something they missed. I said, if you missed the 1 hour meeting, you don't have 1 hour to attend a serious presentation. Do you really have the time? Because if you don't have time, no problem. You attend our club. Maybe you'll get benefit in your health. Right now, you don't have time to do business. You can join for workouts or maybe, improve your health because you said you want to interested in health. So I have this made it as like a standard. So this covers up for me easy. And then last thing I say, if they say if it is fake, this is the other question because it's online business. Sometimes people think. So I tell them that this is my WhatsApp, personal WhatsApp number, business number. In that my Instagram is linked on my WhatsApp. You can see my Instagram. I said you can see in my Instagram it's family business. My mom is doing this. My husband is doing this. I'm doing this with my personal closest family to me. So if I can bring my closest family, my grandmother's video is pinned in my Instagram. So my grandmother is using the products, which she's 80 plus years. So products are safe because I give it to my 80 years old grandmother. Business is safe because I'm doing it with my coach is my husband. So it's safe business. So I talk to them like a friend. And that's how I...
Perfect. Great. Thank you, Kushbu. Thanks a lot. Congrats. Thank you. Okay, so last 5 minutes just to complete. First of all, whatever Kushbu, also Shreyas, whatever he said. If you notice, there's a lot of work. They're working. And if some of you are getting a bit confused and you're thinking, but I didn't really understand exactly what they said and how much they're doing. I'm telling you, the best way to learn in Herbalife is through work, is through action. You just go out there and start doing. Start talking to people. Start if you're thinking about giving leaflets, making business cards, calling your circle of influence on a regular basis, making a list and every day calling 10 people from your circle of influence. Just start doing it. Don't worry how you will deal with objections. One of the main reasons a lot of supervisors and loyalty members in the beginning, they avoid getting into action is because they are scared of rejection. And unfortunately, rejection and objections are part of success. You cannot avoid this. The only reason President team members earn what they earn is because they have been, objected, and they've got opinions and they've got no's more than all of you together. That is why they earn what they earn. It's because they've heard no so many times and they just continue doing the work because they understood the yes will only come from a few no's. There will never be yeses, yes, 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 and a no. It's always going to be no, 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 yes. No, 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 yes. No. So if now the last person you spoke to was a no, just continue. The yes will come. The only challenge is when we go to the beginning of today's meeting, today's special training, is what I spoke to you. If your opening of the business is weak, it's not powerful, you're not doing the numbers, you're not active on a daily basis, you don't have a strong plan of action, it's going to deteriorate till you reach the wow, till you reach the end of the month. And this is why so many supervisors on this call are not completing their active month. It's because you don't start strong. You wake up in the middle of the month. You wake up after 10 days. You wake up after 20 days. And you say, okay, now I'm going. But we had the first of the month to start. You have to take some new decision to change your mindset. And it doesn't matter, we are now on the 10th, right? You all know my story. I joined on the 23rd of the month. By the 31st, I was a world team. So, and I was working 18 hours in other jobs. So there is no excuses in the world not to have an amazing business for every one of you starting from today, even if maybe you're not on the right track. Every one of you can recruit at least 5 new first line this month. Everyone here. It doesn't matter how many wows, what wow, you are not close to Hadapsar, makes no difference. It doesn't work like that. When I started the business in India, there were no HOMs, there were no wows. We had to do one-on-one presentations in 2-star hotels in the lobby. That is how, and no Hindi, no Marathi. Imagine. So this noise is just a matter of decision. So to complete, these are the 3 things I want to tell you. I think that will close this meeting strongly. The first thing is, you need to ask yourself again and again. I know many of you have asked this many times and you've answered. Ask it again. What are my real goals in this business? Really, come on, be honest with yourself. What are your real, honest goals? Because our activities have to match the goals. Do you understand? Someone like Shreya, I just took him as an example, by the way. I'm sure many of you are doing great, maybe even better at the moment than Shreya. It could be, but I took him as an example because he's in action and he's doing, and look at the time on your phone. And by the way, after this call, he's continuing his activities outside. He's continuing with his supervisor to do activities, right? Ask yourself, what are you going to do after this call? How most probably, right? You have to understand your goals have to match what you do. You can't say, I want to become this, I want to achieve this, I want to become financially free, I want to achieve the next level. And 8 o'clock, you are retired at home. The day is over. You're behaving like an employee when there are millions outside in the streets of India. Millions are outside. You go to any mall at this time, it's full. Why 8 o'clock it's over for you? Why 9 o'clock it's over for you? I used to work for years, till there was only ghosts, only bhoot were on the roads. That's how we used to work, because the goals were so high, the work had to match. So you need to ask yourself, guys, also especially new supervisors, you're new in the business, you need to ask you, what are you looking for in Herbalife? If it's only extra income, that's only what you will get. I'm telling you, that's how it works. If you're only looking for extra income, you are going to get only extra income. You don't expect royalties and, passive incomes and all the stories. It doesn't work like that. Just because we are part of the company. Our goals have to be matched with activity. And activity is a mindset. Getting up in the morning and doing activities and going out and making the calls and coming, it's a mindset. It's not, am I busy? How many kids I've got at home? No, you have to find your own way to do it. So the first thing is, again, redesign or reprogram or reset your goals all over again. Some of you maybe have to upgrade your goals. Some of you have to downgrade your goals, guys. See, at the end of the day, as a sponsor, I'll be very direct with all of you. As a sponsor, what is my number one goal as a sponsor? It's not money, because money is a bypass. It's a side effect of doing the business in the correct way. My first goal in Herbalife has always been that downlines in our group are happy. That is my number one goal. I don't care how fast you move in the business. I care that you are happy being part of this organization, being part of Herbalife. If you are happy, one day your success will happen. One day it will click. Because I've seen people who go fast up, fast down. I've seen this in my career. So it's not about if you're not moving fast in the business, you're not doing something good. No, you can go slow. I have been a slow guy in Herbalife. It's not a problem. As long as you are climbing, even a bit every day, every month, a bit you're climbing, you're on the way for growth. The question is, are you climbing? Because if you're not recruiting, you are not climbing. Samjha? You are not climbing. If you're not climbing, you have to change your goals. Don't talk to me about becoming a global expansion team, please. If you're recruiting one associate every 2 months, please don't talk to me about Get Team. Don't even dream about Millionaire Team, because it will not happen. If you're recruiting 1, 2, 3 even, once in every 2 months, once in every, it's not going to happen. Even if it happens, it will not be the right way. It will not be the right incomes of that level. I promise you. You have to trust me. You have to build why. So as a supervisor, first decide, what do I really want from the business? And according to that, you decide your plan. That's the first thing. Second thing, you want to ask yourself, write this down. What am I willing to do? What am I willing to do to achieve what I want? What are you willing to do? So every one of you has maybe a limit. There's a limit. I'm willing to do this, but I'm not willing to do this. I'm willing to go here, but I'm not going to do. I mean, there's a limit. Like tomorrow there is a wow in Hadapsa. Okay. I'm not telling you to come. Don't, please, everyone that is not planned, don't come. I just want you to understand mindset. There are going to be people in tomorrow's wow in Hadapsa that will travel 1.5 hours to come. Not guests, supervisors. And some of you are half an hour away, 40 minutes, and you're not going to come. Now, that is a mindset. Now, that mindset I cannot change, because if your mindset is like that, you have to make sure your goals match. Otherwise, you will always be unhappy in Herbalife. And that is not a good feeling for a sponsor, because I love this company. And I want my downlines to love this company because it's an amazing company. And if your incomes are not happening, it's not because of the company. It's because you are not doing what is supposed to be done. So if you're not willing to do what is supposed to be done, don't have these high goals, because you are expecting too much from what you are doing. You will always be sad in Herbalife. You will be disappointed. You'll keep your cam off. You will not feel like clapping. You will join late, leave early. You look at the phone, I have to eat. All your brain will not be focused for success. So you have to think, what am I willing to do? Well, am I going to continue this plan of action? Tomorrow's wow, next week wow. Am I still, again, I'm going to come to a wow and no guest, or one guest that lives in the middle? Or am I going to work like crazy to make sure, because I'm in India? India, the best country to do this business. I can go and talk from morning till evening and have 20 guests in the meeting. 30 guests you can have. If you talk to what? 200 people. Is it possible to talk to 200 people in one day? Of course. Of course it is. The question is, what are you willing to do? Not everyone is willing to do it. That is why not everyone earns that kind of money. Do you understand? Everyone that earns in Herbalife earns according to what they're willing to do. It's even me. I'm earning in Herbalife according to what I'm willing to do. People who earn twice as much as me, 3 times, because of what they're willing to do. It's not because of talent and they're better. No. It's because what they're willing to do. So you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to do? And the last thing, which I believe is the most important thing, not only for closing, for recruiting, for becoming successful in general. All of you need to ask yourself this and be very honest with yourself. Write this down. What am I willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice? There is sacrifice 100% for people who want to become successful. You can never run away from it. Everyone on this call will have to sacrifice here and there things throughout in their journey to become successful. 100%. You'll have to sacrifice. Sometimes it's to go to an extravaganza for 3-4 days, be away from the family, take days off, take 6 days from your job, not get paid on those days, and be in the extravaganza and pay for the travel ticket. That's a sacrifice. That's a sacrifice, right? That's one of the sacrifices. The question is, how much are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to sacrifice? Some people, I want to become successful, but I don't want to give up on this, and I don't want to give up on that, and I'm not willing to do this. No problem, guys. No problem. But change the goals. Don't write president team, please. You're making fun of yourself. Don't write millionaire team. You're making fun of yourself and you're going to disappoint yourself. Don't even write get team, because even if you reach get team, it will not be a real get team. Because if you want to really build a business, you have to be ready to sacrifice. There are sacrifices. If I tell you the list of sacrifices all the president team members in our organization have done, I know every one of them, and they sacrifice, you will be shocked. Some of you will start crying and say, I would never do that. That is why they are president team and you are not. So you have to have the list of what you are willing to sacrifice. Whenever Herbalife opportunity comes in front of you, and you know this is the right thing to do, and then you have all the other things in your life, now you have to decide, am I willing to sacrifice this to make sure this works? This helps me grow. You have to decide. And by the way, whatever you decide, we are happy with it because it makes you happy. But you have to be ready, because I don't want to talk to you at the end of 2024 when India is going even more out of control and the business has grown, and so many in this group with Red Get Team and Millionaire Team and new cars. It's going to be crazy, and new diamonds and new Ks and chairman, and nothing has changed in your business. I don't want to meet you and you are crying, because you should not be crying. You should not be crying because your goals didn't match your daily activities. You should be still smiling and happy for other people because they were willing to sacrifice. You were not, and that's completely fine. Unless you say, no, I want to achieve that and I'm willing to sacrifice. Okay, decide what. What are you willing to sacrifice? It has to be written exactly opposite to what you're willing to do. Shreyas is married. He's not a single guy. How many hours he's been outside doing activities? You ask him afterwards. Hours he's been outside. He's married, right? So he's sacrificing a lot of time away from his wife. Listen, these things can create challenges. It's not easy. How many hours you're out? So they have to learn to handle it. I had to leave my family for years. Everyone has their stories. Sacrifice. So don't talk about next level and earning in lakhs when there is no price that you have to pay written down in your diary. If you do all this, guys, you can't avoid success in Herbalife. If Dudwalas can become president team, and rickshawalas can become president team, and blind people, and deaf and dumb, and handicap, and rocket scientists, and office boys, and housewives, and become president team in this country, right? What is holding you back? Nothing. It's just a decision that you decide on these 3 points, and everything will happen. Okay? So I apologize for taking 30 minutes more than I'm supposed to. I apologize. But I hope I gave you some points. I hope to see many of you in tomorrow's WOW. I'm going to do my best on stage. And we're going to have WOWs like this all the time. And it's going to pick up, and the online. And we're going to have so many new associates. And we're going to have so many people in the universities to come. It's going to be crazy, I'm telling you. The only secret is you have your own people there. That's what you need to make sure. Okay? So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening. Good night. See you all tomorrow in the presentation. And let's make this happen. May should be a big month for all of us.